Hello folks and welcome to an inkdependence.com brief video review and water drop test. This time we have another Franklin-Christoph ink. I've got another couple of these I need to go through, so we'll have these up coming up this next week. First we have Tenebris Purpuratum from Franklin-Christoph. This is fancy talk for dark purple. Scott Franklin loves that Latin. So this is Tenebris Purpuratum, and it is a dark purple. It is a really dark purple, actually. And if you look here, let's see if I can get this a little closer to the camera. Tripod limits my movement a little bit, but you can see on the smear, there's plenty of good purple hues. But when you write with it, it is super dark. You can tell it's a purple, but just barely. So if you're one of those people that has to have a black ink perhaps at work, but you could maybe get away with not quite a black ink, this would be a fun one to sneak in there just to give your writing a little bit of character and also to let you, I don't know, feel like a rebel. So get yourself some Tenebris Purpuratum, feel like a rebel. I had this in 3 pens. As you'll see there, I had this in the Faber-Castell Ondoro, which is this beautiful smoked oak barrel. I really like the wood pens. I've only got like this one, I guess. Yep, only got one, but you know, whatever. I like it. It's got a medium nib on it, and the Faber-Castell nib is pretty wet. This is a fairly wet medium nib. All of them have been that I've tried. I've got 2 mediums and a fine. They've all been like that. It's the Levenger Select, which you can find a review of on the blog. I haven't gotten to review this Faber-Castell yet, but I will eventually. This is the Levenger True Writer Select. It's also got a medium nib. It's quite a large nib. Super smooth, great nib. Check out this pen. It's also a medium. I actually only put this ink in mediums. I kept meaning to put it in a broad or a stub or something, but mine are all in use, and I couldn't clean them out fast enough. Anyway, I've been using this for a little while, and as I've said before, not a huge fan of purple, but this one is such a deep purple that I kind of dig it, especially from these wet nibs. This one is a Pilot Metro. Everybody's seen one of these. Regular old medium nib, nothing fancy there, no nib swaps or anything. Sometimes I swap these out for a Plumix nib and give it sort of a nice stub or an italic, but it's just a regular old medium nib, and it does pretty well in this. This nib is a bit dry. I've always found these Metro nibs to be a little bit dry and a little bit skippy. Well, not skippy, but skatey. Because they're very, very smooth, I think. So they kind of tend to skate. But it works perfectly fine in this nib, so no problems there. So I've got it in wet nibs and dryish nibs, and it works just fine. So good. The flow, very medium, very controlled. It's not out of control, I don't think, in any way. You do have a few minor feathers when you get to the copy paper test. So here it is. You can see there are a few feathers here. This is the Staples 20 pound. You can see it, you know, when I zoom in here, this is finger for scale. So when you zoom in here, you see a few, but not too many. And especially since this was written with the Ondoro, which is a very wet nib. You get down to like the Metropolitan here, which is quite a bit finer than that medium and not nearly as wet. You see there's like a couple maybe, a little bit here. And the True Writer, you don't really see any, despite this being a pretty... well, it's kind of a medium wet nib. It's a little bit wetter than the Metro, but really nothing going on here. And you get a little bit of bleed, but it's really nothing to write home about, I don't think. There's the backside of the paper. Now, most of this is show-through because it's just very thin white paper, but you see a little bit of bleed here. It's nothing serious. I mean, if you were going to use, I don't know if you'd want to use the backside of this. It might be too much, but if you're using anything thicker, I use a lot of thicker papers that aren't all that special. Do I have any around? Oh, well, this one, it's kind of an old dual pad, and on this one, it wouldn't be a problem. So it's just this thin office paper that's a problem on. That's why I use it for it, because it's kind of the worst case scenario. Well, second to worst. I have a worst case scenario than that, which is... Oh, do I have it anymore? Sorry, I'm rifling through stacks of notebooks here. Maybe I got rid of it because it was so bad. It was one of those little pads you get in like a hotel. Those things are garbage. But even on everything bleeds through that. So started using copy paper. But anyway, that story aside, let's see. Oh, Jack amazed a few girls by dropping an antique onyx vase. Yeah, this is a new pentagram. I was just playing with pentagrams. I just felt like writing one. I noticed people write pentagrams on these sometimes, so I was like, let's give a pentagram a try. And then this, just a little ink comparison here. Let me zoom in a bit more. There we go. And you can see that it's compared next to, I don't have any other purple inks because, like I said, I don't run many purples. I've only got one other purple within eyesight, and it's a bung box of some kind. I don't remember what the name of that one is, but I didn't have it in a pen, so I didn't use it. But You can see it next to Loden, a couple of blues, and then a black sort of to balance things out. Kiwaguro is a fantastic black. Check that one out. But Loden is probably coming up next. Either that or Black Cherry. Those are the only two that are left. Black Cherry is not really a purple. It's not really a red either. What pen is it in? I can put it next to it, actually. Here we go. All right, this is Black Cherry. This is actually a Franklin-Christoph pen. This is a Panther 40, the big one. If you haven't used one of these, check this out. This is a very cool pen with sort of an extra long cap, small clip, and then the barrel is like, it's kind of awesome. I just really love this pen. But let's put it next to this. This is Black Cherry, which you put a little bit of light on it, you can barely tell. This is a fairly wet nib. It's kind of big. It's a big broad stub from Mike Masayama. You can barely tell that it's not quite black, but it's super dark, so I didn't bother putting that one on there, but there you go. All right, then of course Visconti Blue, Staedtler Blue, which is a new one that I've just gotten in, but Loden is one of my favorite greens. I really like that sucker. It's good. All right, so that's the color comparison. Let's do the water drop test, and I'll have to get some water in my syringe here. There we go. And let's see, where's my blotting cloth? Oh, I was horrifically unprepared for this review. All right, here we go. There we go. Spray some water, get some of the words, why not? All right, set that aside. Yeah, I do use a pointy needle for my my syringe, but also my wife is a scientist, taught me good needle etiquette, and boom, safe. All right, so let's go ahead and mop this up. It's a cleanish corner. And, well, mixed results, really. It's not that bad. It does seem to come off a bit. This is that clean corner. Pretty much the last clean corner. I guess I could maybe do it here, but this one does seem to come up a bit. This is actually probably some from the rag, sorry. But the dots kind of stuck around. The words, you can still read them. What's left behind is a sort of bluish tint. You get a blue at the bottom. The purple seems to wash away fairly quickly. So if you get it wet, you'll still have some blue. It'll be a kind of ghostly blue, but you'll have it. And this is the chromatography. Right there. So, with like a blue at the bottom, which is what we saw stick around anyway, and then purple at the top. So all that purple, and actually, when you looked at that chromatography video that I just put in there, you can see that more of this was purple in the video, and it's over time just kind of consolidated up here and just stopped. So the purple gonna run away, but the blue will stick around. So there you go. That's the chromatography. And of course you can see more pictures and such on the blog. Came to me in this little bottle, which is a little sample bottle from Franklin-Christoph. Started giving these out. These are pretty cool. To some of the bloggers and that sort of thing. But it's a nice little bottle. Holds a couple ounces. Well, actually, I don't know. Maybe an ounce. It's kind of black, so I actually don't have any idea how much ink is in this, but there you go. All right, so I got one other thing I can't really show you yet, so I'll show you some other time. All right, here's Ben Franklin-Christoph's Tenebris Purpuratum. This is a dark, dark purple that you can probably get away with sneaking into an office environment, I think. My environment doesn't require any sneaking. I can just use whatever the heck I want. So, that's cool. But if you need a dark ink, this is a dark ink. It's got a little bit of personality. So there you go. I'm Mike. This is Ink Dependence. Thanks again to Franklin-Christoph for letting me review these inks and for sending them out and such. Probably that doesn't impact my review at all. And also, if you like what's going on here on the blog and on the YouTube channel, please do check out patreon.com/inkdependence to find out how you can help support the blog. I'll give you a hint, that is through monetary donations. Patreon is a pretty awesome service, lets you sign up for a monthly donation. It can be as little as $1 or as much as you want to throw at me. I will take your cash. You can make it rain if you so desire, but every dollar is appreciated, and thank you very much to my patrons. I really appreciate your help. You can find this ink at Franklin-Christoph, franklin-christoph.com, but also I've just found out you can find it at andersonpens.com, one of my favorite retailers and e-tailers. Go over to andersonpens.com and find all of the Franklin-Christoph inks over there. That's pretty awesome. They're one of the only stores that actually sells Franklin-Christoph stuff. So otherwise, it's all done through Franklin-Christoph. So go and find yourself some of this ink if you like a nice, deep, dark purple, and I will see you later.